I thought this cannot be real.
The reason I didn't think it was AI is because it looks like the stomach is fake, where the baby, I swear that.
Instead of lying to the world, why not just say, we want a baby, we're having a baby, and we're using a surrogate. Don't pull that rubbish at the holidays because people aren't buying it. It's just, it's so...
Ever wonder why some stories refuse to fade away? The saga of Meghan Markle and the birth of Archie is one of them, and it is spiraling into something far beyond mere tabloid chatter. Recently, a woman has come forward, claiming she was paid to carry Archie and then vanish. This isn't your typical celebrity rumor. It's a revelation that could flip the narrative. The woman asserts that she was promised protection money and complete confidentiality, but now she feels used and is ready to share her story. What makes this situation even more intriguing is the silence from Meghan and Harry. In the past, Meghan has been quick to confront the press, issuing lawsuits and carefully crafted statements whenever she felt wronged. Yet, in the face of these serious allegations, there has been no response. No press release, no social media posts, not even a simple no comment. This unusual silence raises questions. What are they afraid of? The controversy surrounding Archie's birth isn't just about whether a surrogate was used. It delves into the realm of potential cover-ups. In today's society, surrogacy is widely accepted, but the idea of hiding it and paying someone to disappear crosses a line into murky territory. Meghan's pregnancy announcements felt more like brand reveals than personal milestones, with meticulously staged photos and controlled narratives that scream Hollywood. As this woman's claims gain traction, the public begins to connect the dots. The secrecy surrounding Archie's birth, the lack of a standard hospital photo, and the couple's composed demeanor with their newborn all contribute to the growing skepticism. Critics are now questioning the authenticity of Meghan's carefully curated image, and the longer she and Harry remain silent, the more the story evolves into a potential scandal that could shake the foundations of their public personas. With the stakes rising, Meghan and Harry find themselves at a crossroads. They can either continue to ignore the allegations and hope they fade away, or confront the situation head-on. But as the narrative unfolds, it becomes clear that this story is about more than just a single claim. It's about credibility, trust, and the very essence of the image they have worked so hard to build. As the allegations surrounding Meghan Markle and the birth of Archie continue to swirl, the tension escalates. The woman claiming to be Archie's surrogate isn't just an anonymous voice in the crowd. She has come forward with specific details that could change everything. She speaks of meetings, legal agreements, and promises made to her that were never fulfilled. Her narrative paints a picture of a carefully orchestrated plan that has now unraveled, leaving her feeling betrayed and used. The public's curiosity morphs into suspicion as they begin to question Meghan's carefully crafted image. Critics are revisiting past moments, scrutinizing Meghan's pregnancy and the birth of Archie with a new lens. Why did her baby bump appear to change shape in different appearances? Why were there viral clips of her adjusting her bump as if it were a prop? The lack of transparency surrounding her pregnancy, once brushed off as quirks or nitpicking, now feels like a deliberate attempt to mislead the public. Meanwhile, Meghan's silence becomes increasingly deafening. In the past, she has been quick to respond to any perceived slight, but now her lack of action raises eyebrows. The longer she remains quiet, the more the narrative shifts from mere speculation to a potential scandal. People begin to wonder if there's more to the story than meets the eye. Is Meghan hiding something? Or is she simply trying to protect her family from the relentless scrutiny of the media? As the story unfolds, the implications of the surrogate claims extend beyond Meghan and Harry. If the allegations hold any truth, they could have serious ramifications for the royal family. Questions about Archie's legitimacy and his place in the royal line of succession loom large. The monarchy, which has always been steeped in tradition and responsibility, now faces a potential constitutional crisis. The very idea of royal lineage is called into question, and the establishment is left reeling at the thought of what this could mean for the future. Prince Harry's role in all of this also comes under scrutiny. Once seen as the protective husband and doting father, he now finds himself in a murky situation. Did he know about the surrogate from the beginning, or is he being dragged into this controversy unaware? If he was involved in the decision-making, It raises questions about his judgment and loyalty. But if he was kept in the dark, it casts doubt on the trust within their marriage. As the public discourse intensifies, Meghan and Harry are faced with a critical decision. They can no longer afford to remain silent. The longer they wait, the more the narrative spirals out of control, and the more the public's trust erodes. The woman's claims have ignited a firestorm of speculation, and if she produces evidence, texts, call logs, or legal documents, it could be game over for the couple. In this high-stakes environment, the pressure mounts. Meghan's carefully curated image is at risk of unraveling, and the consequences could extend far beyond their personal lives. The world is watching, and the question remains, will they step forward to confront the allegations, or will they continue to hide in the shadows, allowing the story to dictate their fate? As the pressure mounts, Meghan and Harry find themselves at a pivotal crossroads. The public's appetite for answers grows insatiable, and the longer they remain silent, the more the narrative shifts against them. The woman claiming to be Archie's surrogate has become a focal point of intrigue, and her allegations are gaining traction. With each passing day, the details she shares seem to resonate more deeply with the public, painting a picture of a couple who may have orchestrated a grand deception. In the court of public opinion, silence is rarely a winning strategy. Meghan, who has always been adept at controlling her narrative, now faces a situation that threatens to spiral out of her grasp. The scrutiny intensifies as critics and supporters alike begin to dissect every aspect of her public persona. The carefully curated images, the polished interviews, and the meticulously planned appearances are all called into question. Was it all an act? A performance designed to maintain an illusion of perfection? As the allegations continue to unfold, Meghan's supporters argue that she is simply protecting her privacy. However, there's a fine line between privacy and secrecy. The public can accept the use of a surrogate if it's presented honestly, but the notion of hiring someone to disappear and pretending they never existed feels like a betrayal. This distinction complicates the narrative, as many begin to feel that Meghan's actions may have crossed an ethical line. Meanwhile, the royal family watches from the sidelines, acutely aware of the potential ramifications. If the claims about Archie's birth are substantiated, it could lead to a constitutional crisis that shakes the very foundations of the monarchy. The legitimacy of royal succession is at stake, and the establishment is left grappling with the implications of a scandal that could tarnish the royal image for generations to come. As the story gains momentum, Meghan and Harry must confront the reality of their situation. They can no longer afford to be passive observers in this unfolding drama. The woman's allegations have ignited a firestorm, and if she produces evidence, such as text messages or legal documents, it could be catastrophic. The couple's carefully constructed narrative risks being dismantled, and the fallout could extend beyond their personal lives, affecting their children and their standing within the royal family. In the midst of this turmoil, the couple's relationship is also put to the test. Harry, who has always been seen as the protective husband, now faces questions about his role in the alleged deception. Did he know about the surrogate from the start, or was he kept in the dark? If he was complicit, it raises concerns about his judgment and loyalty. If he was unaware, it casts doubt on the trust within their marriage. The stakes are high, and the pressure to respond is palpable. As the public waits for answers, the narrative continues to evolve. Meghan and Harry must decide whether to confront the allegations head-on or risk being consumed by the very story they hope to control. The world is watching, and the clock is ticking. With each passing moment, the potential for a scandal of unprecedented proportions looms larger, threatening to unravel everything they have built. In this high-stakes game of perception and reality, the question remains, will they step into the light and face the truth, or will they continue to hide in the shadows, allowing the speculation to dictate their fate? The answer could redefine their legacy and the future of the royal family itself. As the storm surrounding Meghan Markle and the birth of Archie reaches a critical point, speculation runs rampant about what the couple might do next. The woman claiming to be Archie's surrogate has become a focal point of intrigue, and her allegations have ignited a firestorm of public interest. With each passing day, the pressure mounts for Meghan and Harry to respond, yet they remain silent, leaving the world to wonder what could be happening behind closed doors. In the absence of a statement, many begin to speculate on the potential ramifications of the claims. If Meghan and Harry were to acknowledge the allegations, it could lead to a significant shift in public perception. They might choose to confront the situation head-on, addressing the claims directly and providing clarity about their family's story. Such a move could either restore trust or further complicate their already tumultuous narrative. Critics and supporters alike are left to ponder the implications of the surrogate claims. If the allegations hold any truth, it could raise serious questions about Archie's legitimacy and his place within the royal family. The monarchy, which has always been steeped in tradition and responsibility, could find itself facing a constitutional crisis. The very idea of royal lineage is called into question, and the establishment is left grappling with the potential fallout. Meanwhile, the public's curiosity morphs into suspicion. The longer Meghan and Harry remain silent, the more the narrative shifts from mere speculation to a potential scandal. People begin to connect the dots, revisiting past moments and questioning the authenticity of Meghan's carefully curated image. The lack of transparency surrounding her pregnancy and the birth of Archie, once brushed off as quirks, now feels like a deliberate attempt to mislead the public. As the story unfolds, the couple's relationship is also put to the test. If they were to come forward and admit to using a surrogate, it could lead to a reckoning within their marriage. Would Harry stand by Meghan, or would the revelations create a rift between them? The stakes are high, and the pressure to respond is palpable. In this high-stakes environment, the speculation continues to grow. What if Meghan and Harry decide to take control of the narrative by participating in a candid interview? They could share their side of the story, express their commitment to their family, and address the allegations directly. Such a move could be a turning point, allowing them to reclaim their narrative and rebuild trust with the public. However, the possibility of a calculated response raises further questions. Would they be seen as genuine, or would the public view their actions as a desperate attempt to salvage their image? The road to redemption is fraught with challenges, and the couple must navigate the complexities of fame, perception, and the consequences of their choices. As the world waits for answers, the saga of Meghan Markle and the birth of Archie remains shrouded in uncertainty. The couple's silence leaves room for speculation, and the narrative continues to evolve. With each passing day, the potential for a scandal of unprecedented proportions looms larger, threatening to unravel everything they have built. In the end, the story concludes with more questions than answers. Will Meghan and Harry choose to confront the allegations, or will they continue to hide in the shadows? The future of their family, their public personas, and the very fabric of the royal family hangs in the balance, leaving the audience to ponder the possibilities. The saga is far from over, and the world is left waiting, eager to see how this complex narrative will unfold.